Good morning everyone and welcome to my channel English Literature. Today we are going to talk about 13 American colonies. It will be not so big video and there is not so much thing to discuss and it is not so interesting also, but we have to maintain the chronology of American literature and history, and these 13 American colonies at the eastern coast of America, they signify the early settlements, and they are the center of American literature and American history. So in this respect, these colonies and their history, the time when they take their position in the American map is very significant. Now these 13 colonies are Virginia, 1607, we know the first settlement, Jamestown, Virginia, Captain John Smith. And in this way, one by one, these 13 colonies just go on. Massachusetts, New Hampshire, 1620, 1623, Maryland, Rhode Island, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, the last is Georgia. So in this way, in the eastern coast of America, 13 colonies were set up by the early settlers, one after another. And the first one is Jamestown, Virginia, and the last one is Georgia, 1732. Now these 13 colonies were divided into three parts: New England, Middle Colonies, and Southern part. New England, that is the first part, you can say, includes northeastern states like New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. Now the middle colonies Midwest includes New York, New Jersey. They are all new. There is also in England there is New Hampshire. Actually, what happened? England, and they just choose the same name here and accompanied them with the prefix new, and that's why New Jersey, New York, there's also new in that new country, that new land, New England, New Hampshire. And in southern part includes Maryland, Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia. So we can divide these 13 colonies in these three parts. And in New England, the dominant power was Puritanism, because the first settlement was in New England, and that was with the coming of the Massachusetts Bay and Virginia, and even in 1620, a group of 100 to 101 Puritan came and settled in the Massachusetts Bay. Okay, so they were all Puritan, and the early settlement in New England or the spirit was Puritanism. In the middle, Quakers were prominent. And who were Quakers? Quakers were not so strong-headed, staunch like the Puritans. They were rational, they are liberated, and they used to live peacefully with other sects. Secular, you can say. The South comprises conservative peasants. They are not so educated and their life was based on agriculture. In the beginning, not all the colonies were overseen by Britain, because Britain was the main power and Britain was the supreme power and the colonies was under the British rule. In 1680, only Virginia was a royal colony. Gradually, other 12 colonies came under the rule of Britain. These colonies were overseen by royal governors who were appointed by the British Parliament. Now these colonies conducted trade with England. They exported iron, grain, tobacco, peach, indigo, rice, and imported clothing, glass, household items. So these colonies were the trade hubs. Now Britain imposed various types of taxes on them, and a burgeoning dissatisfaction was resulting from that economic pressure, because the colonies, they want to live at peace and want to live in freedom, but continuous pressure of heavy taxation on various issues. We'll discuss this later when we'll talk about the American Revolution, that one after another the acts were published, acts were put on them, and just they were under tremendous pressure of those taxes. Even when they are far from their homeland, England, but they cannot throw it out. The burden of taxation reminds them that they are not free. And this led to American Revolution in 1776 by these 13 colonies. So it is a very short video and there is nothing so much to discuss, but even then these 13 American colonies have great importance because they comprises the history of America, and they comprises the history of early settlers, and they are the powerhouse or storeroom of American literature. So we have to go one by after the different topics we'll discuss before 1776, because after 1776 we will enter into the free land, and before 1776 we are till now in colonial period, and we will discuss various topics related to this 13 colonies, early settlers, early pamphlets, etc. Okay, thank you.